Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a makeup look inspired by James Charles and Kylie Jenner. So I started off using primer, foundation, concealer, powder and contour, and we've just applied that to the top half of her face and left her jaw and her chin bare. So just going to remove any of that makeup where the skull's going to be and just applying her eyebrow powder just as you normally would. So first for eyeshadow, I'm going in with a white right in the inner corner of her eye, top and bottom. Next I'm going in with a lilac and blending that to about half across her eyelid. Next to that I'm going in with a deeper purple and blending that out. And then right in the outer corner I'm going to take black. And I want to make sure this black's a really deep saturated colour. And I'm just going to wing that out a little bit and drag that back towards the crease of her eye to sort of deepen up the crease. And then just taking a clean brush I'm going to blend out the edges to make sure they're a bit more smooth and not so harsh looking. And then just go back over all those colours and make sure that they're nice and bright and blended. Next up I'm taking a silver eyeliner pencil and I'm going right in the inner corner of her eye with this, just to brighten up her eye a little bit more. Then taking a purple pencil liner, I'm applying this to her lash line, right across the whole length of it. Over top of the liner I'm going in with that dark purple from the inner corner to about halfway. And then from halfway to the outer corner I'm going to use the black and just blend that up towards the top eyeshadow. Then again on a clean brush I'm taking a bit of concealer and I'm just sharpening up that wing a little. Then going in with my black liquid liner, I'm just applying this to her top lash line as you normally would. And for this look I'm giving her quite a dramatic wing, so I normally start from the outside and drag that back in towards her eye. And just straighten that up. And then I'm just going in with some regular mascara. If you have fake lashes then you can use those too. We're just using what we happen to have today. And lastly I'm just applying a black pencil liner to the inside of her waterline. And I just went ahead and did her other eye off camera. And now I'm applying some highlighter in the colour Unicorn to her cheekbone, her forehead and her nose. Now using a black gel liner I'm going to outline the shape of where I want my skull. And we took reference from a couple other pictures as well as James Charles's look. So just sketching that out all over her face, making sure I get it even on both sides. And I kind of went halfway through her contour so you could still see it a little bit and we'll cover up the rest. And then for her teeth I got her to smile so I could put the lines exactly where her natural teeth are. Then just feeling where the bottom of her cheekbone is and the top of her jaw where her teeth start, I'm going to map that out and then just drag that right up towards her ear and back in towards the corner of her mouth. And then I just line out her nose as well. So taking that liquid liner that I used on her top lid, I'm just lining out my shapes. Now I've learnt from doing this that you should leave this step until last, because when I applied the eyeshadow I ended up having to go back over with the gel, the liquid liner again anyway. So leave this step until last, you'll still be able to see exactly what you're doing. Now I do however take that liquid liner and fill in her nose with that. I don't need very much product on at one time. And this gives a really nice saturated look, although we did notice that the liquid liner starts to crack a little bit, so face paint would be ideal. I'm just making sure I get that right in towards her nostrils, not in her nose but enough so you don't see any skin colour left. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use that same liquid liner and fill in the gaps in her cheek. Again, not using very much product, I just put sort of a little blob on and then spread that out with the brush that comes with it. And just making sure that I get that everywhere, making sure it's fully blocked in, there's no gaps or anything like that. And I think I end up going over this with some black eyeshadow anyway. So next up I'm going to be taking a little bit of white paint that we got from the dollar store, and I'm filling in the gaps in her teeth. This colour's not very saturated, so if you can get maybe a better paint, then I would definitely recommend that, but again, we were just making do with what we had. And I sort of drag that colour right down to where her teeth would sit at the bottom of her gums, because skulls don't have gums. So then I'm just going to take that same white paint, and using my finger I'm going to apply that to all the parts that we're going to be colouring in today. As I said, this colour's not very saturated, but it did leave a nice base and a nice sticky base for our eyeshadow to hold on to. So first off, I'm using the nice lilac colour that we put on her lid, and just block colouring all of that in. I'm leaving a bit of a gap right under her hollow in her cheek, and right above the line on her jaw. I'm going to be filling this in with a darker colour to create some depth and some shadow. And just applying that same light purple to her cheekbone, and right in around her nose and across her top lip. Again, leaving a bit of a gap around her teeth for some shadows. So then I'm going to be taking that darker purple that we used and applying that right in those little gaps, and that's going to hopefully create a little bit more depth. Next I'm taking a white eyeshadow and I'm going over that white paint on her teeth, just to brighten that up a little bit more so it stands out against the purple. Then taking a little bit of black eyeshadow, I'm going to blend out the lines all around her cheekbone and all around her jawline, and just anywhere that would be a little bit deeper set. And then again, taking my gel liner, I'm going back over all of that to sharpen up the colour. So as I said, I would leave this step till last. As you can see, I had to go over it again anyway, so I would have been better off just leaving that step. And just going back over her teeth, the white shadow kind of went over top of the liner that I had there anyway. And then applying a little bit more highlighter, because you can never have too much. I'm taking a small amount on my brush and applying that in between the bridge of her nose and right on the very tip. And it goes kind of purple when it's sitting on top of the black. And then you have it, the finished result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and keep an eye out for some more makeup tutorials. Okay, bye guys.